Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
When we heal from our traumas,
when we face our fears,
let go of our addictions,
when we relearn our values,
when we live our teachings,
respecting our elders,
cherishing and honoring our children,
when we honor and take care of our spirit,
there will be no room left for sexual violence.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovated Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Maintaining our health, particularly our heart health, is very important to us as a family.
Your heart gives you time with family, time with community, time to pass down what matters. Protecting your heart helps keep those moments alive. A visit with a healthcare provider can be one step toward a healthier future. Learn more at hennepincounty.gov/hearts-beats. Your heart health is essential because your heart beats for generations.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 61, then Thursday, sunshine with a high of 84. Summer is here, so have a night to remember with dinner and a show at Crooner Supper Club. Crooners is located in Fridley on Highway 65, just north of I-694. Check out their concert schedules and dinner menus at croonersmn.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hitting cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, we kind of got a awesome show today. Funny, Wendy, we start out and wonder who's going to be on the show, and sometimes people can't be on the show, and now we have 10 guests today.
Awesome. It's going to be
I
great.
want to hand over the show to you. This segment and the last segment here, speak your truth about and introduce yourself about our sacred animals and what's going on.
Yeah.
And so big updates. Go for it, Wen.
Thank you, Robert. Hey, everybody. My name is Hana Jihihani. That means cares for them. And I was given that name by my Dega Curtis. Curtis goes by Mashke Hanajinga, which means walks on white clouds. I'm a policy volunteer for Humane World for Animals, formerly known as the Humane Society of the United States, and I work on animal issues at the local and state level. It's always my pleasure to do that. One of the things that we're working on right now is really dangerous legislation right now that's going to be voted on tomorrow. So what I want to talk to you about later on in the show. In the last segment, we're going to have the Minnesota State Director for Humane World for Animals really giving his expert knowledge on this. So I'm just going to give you like a little bit of a preview. His name is Aaron Zellhoefer, and I've been working with Aaron for quite a while. He's an awesome guy. He's our, again, Minnesota State Director for Humane World for Animals. And he adopted 2 wonderful beagles. They weren't the Ringland beagles that we've talked about a lot, but he has these beautiful beagles that came from a place that did experimentation. So anyway, I'm looking forward to talking with Aaron later on. So what we're going to be talking about is this really dangerous legislation. It's called Save Our Bacon Act. Kind of has a funny name, right, for some legislation, but this is a dangerous bill right now that's going to be voted on tomorrow. So basically what this bill will do, it's a federal bill, and it's introduced to invalidate, to nullify, to get rid of state animal welfare laws like California's Prop 12 and Massachusetts Question 3. So being an animal advocate that I am, I care about all animals. So I also care about animals that are used for food. So chicken and veal and pigs. This bill will take away their protections so they don't have to live, the chickens don't have to live in battery cages. The veals don't have to live in veal crates where they can't turn around. The pigs, live in gestational crates where they can't lie down comfortably and turn around. I don't eat chicken, veal, or pigs, but if I did, I would want those animals to be treated at least humanely while they're on this earth. So this legislation is is bad. We want to ask, I already called Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, our senators here in Minnesota, and ask them to please oppose the Save Our Bacon Act or any wording in the bill that has anything to do with taking away protections for our farmed animals. So that's what we're going to be talking about later, and I'm really excited about it. And hopefully this will pass in a good way. So if you care about this, I would suggest that you call your state senator and just ask them to please, when they vote, to please vote to oppose the Save Our Bacon Act. I want to just talk about Prop 12 right now. That's California has legislation. So the whole state of California has a bill called Proposition 12. And what that does is it says all the people, and it passed, like this was people in California care about where their, the chicken, veal, and pigs come from. And they say that we don't want any of these products in our state if they don't come from at least a humane place. So if you have chickens that are kept in battery cages, if you have veal that's kept in veal crates, and you have pigs that are kept in gestational crates, we do not want your products in California. This legislation will strip that. So it's really important to me that we get this bill opposed. And move on to the next problem that we have, because there's always always something going on, right?
Well, I want to remind how much your work,
how
much your work really parallels with what we do here as a Native radio show, and our relatives need not to be treated this way.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. Today, I don't know if for anybody watching us on Facebook right now, I have a t-shirt on.
Or X or Blue Sky.
So I got one person asked me about my t-shirt today, and a couple of people looking at them. So I'm just going to describe it. So it's just a plain old t-shirt, and it has 4 crows, Robert?
Yep.
He's counting. Okay. 4 black crows across the front of it, and it says on the bottom, "Murder in Progress." So people who have listened to the show before and listened to me talk about crows we've talked about a group of crows is called a murder.
I think that was a trivia question that I didn't get.
It probably was. I think maybe on Fun Fact Fridays,
Yeah.
when we did Fun Fact Fridays,
Right.
it was one of the questions. So yeah, so a group of crows is called a murder. So my t-shirt has 4 crows on it, and on the bottom it says murder in progress. So I got a couple of looks today and a question. Somebody asked me about it.
Hey, you know what?
Actually, they asked me where I got it, and I had to look it up. It's called Seasonally Unwell. Free advertisement
Yeah.
for Seasonally Unwell. They have a whole bunch of fun t-shirts on their website. So
Hey, I want to talk a little bit about the next guest coming up too.
Yeah.
We have a great relationship with Sheila Lamb. She's a city council member up in Cloquet, and she's running for mayor, and she's our native relative up there. And you've worked with her.
I've worked with Sheila Lamb. Sheila Lamb is fantastic. She gets work done, and she's for the people, and she cares about animals. So I was just so grateful when I got to talk to Sheila Lamb. This is quite a few years ago. What we were trying to do is pass a humane pet store bill.
Yeah.
So none of the pet stores in Cloquet, where she is right now, they're not allowed to obtain dogs and cats that originated from puppy mills. So we got that ordinance passed in Cloquet, and it wouldn't have been possible without Sheila. So I always want to, thank her for that. And when she's on the show, I will thank her for working with me and talking with her, fellow council members to understand the importance of not buying dogs in pet stores where they come from, puppy mills and kitten mills. So, yeah, I always want to thank Sheila for doing that. And excuse me for my voice. I'm still it's been 2 weeks since I've had this.
Well,
crud.
and then we're gonna have Ruth Buffalo on too, and getting updates with the Minnesota Women's Resource Center in Minneapolis, Indian Resource Center, and so it's a jam-packed show. And then the last segment we're gonna have Aaron on.
Yeah, Aaron's great. So again, Aaron Zellhoefer, the Minnesota State Director for Humane World for Animals. Yeah, excited to talk with Aaron.
Right on. Hey, so this is Native Roots Radio, and we're going to take a quick break, and we can't wait to see Sheila again. And so, hey, this is Native Roots Radio.
Stay with us.
Ho!
Heart health is more than just the physical well-being. It represents like a foundation of vitality, resilience, and the ability to live fully.
Your heart carries stories of resilience, love, and survival. Caring for your heart means honoring yourself and the generations before and after you. It means protecting your ability to gather, laugh, and be present. Learn more about your heart health at hennepincounty.gov/heart-beats, because your story matters and your heart beats for generations. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Native relatives, work requirements are coming to medical assistance, but American Indian people are exempt. If you have medical assistance, go to mn.gov/DHS/American Indian to report that you are American Indian. If you apply for medical assistance, report that you are American Indian on your application. It's that easy. Checking the box protects your health and your insurance. Again, go to mn.gov/DHS/American Indian.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis Air on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and I'm here with Wendy Pilot and our producer, Misko. And I just wanted to report, this is coming from NPR. FAA says an incident occurred on Tuesday afternoon when Trump's Marine One helicopter took off from the White House, surrounded by the same time that a commercial plane took off from nearby Ronald Reagan Washington Airport. So, with all these cuts, it's hard to have planes land, I guess, or take off in helicopters.
He'll tell some cockamamie story about something that happened and a big old lie, and try to get somebody arrested for vandalizing the pool, and it's not whatever. You can't believe one thing he says.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, this is reported by the FAA.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's crazy.
Why don't you talk a little bit more, and I'm going to try and see if I can get Sheila on the phone, because I see she's trying to get in and might have a weak signal up there in the Great North.
Yeah. So Sheila Lamb, she's awesome. She's a city council member in the city of Cloquet, Minnesota. She gets work done and works really hard, and she's running for mayor. So I would love for Sheila Lamb, who's Native American and woman, to be the mayor of Cloquet. Again, she helped me and the Humane World for Animals pass a really important ordinance in Cloquet. This was many years ago that we worked together. And what the ordinance says is that dogs and cats cannot be sold in pet stores if they are originated from puppy mills and kitten mills. So I was really happy that we were able to work on that legislation.
Sheila, are you there?
Yeah, for some reason my mic won't work.
Okay, you're live on the air.
Oh, good. Yay.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Sheila, city council member up in Cloquet, running for mayor. It's great to have you on. Wendy staying on to talk to you, too. So we really tell us a little bit what's going on up there in the deep north.
Well, it's good to be back for starters. It's been quite a while from when I ran 8 years ago. We still have a lot of issues, anything from getting out the Native vote to still trying to combat racism. There's been some problems with Cloquet schools in regards to Indigenous students not getting appropriate support. If you remember back when one of my daughters graduated 5 years ago, we had to fight for their ability to have beaded caps, wear regalia, and they were even wanting to measure eagle feathers and limit the size of those gifts for their accomplishments.
Unbelievable.
We have good things that have happened since we talked last too. Cloquet Police Department, since I've been on city council, has gone from 1 detective to 3 that are trained in investigation and identification of sex trafficking, which, if you remember, Robert, that was one of the reasons I ran to begin with. We had 4 13-year-old Indigenous girls being trafficked and not a word to the public about it.
Exactly.
We have our fire district, which is huge, that also now goes annual training through Safe Harbor for their identification with sex trafficking as well, which gives us those extra sets of eyes within the community, and also with our paramedics and so forth. That can sometimes be that 1 minute that a woman or a child has the ability to ask for help.
Yeah.
So that's a huge accomplishment. still supporting our unions, of course. That's something I'll always do. And working on door knocking and campaigning instead of a single ward now, an entire city.
Yeah.
Still doing my work with MMIR, of course, and continuing to support in various ways, whether it's advocacy, my license plates, that type of thing. So that's kind of the rundown.
Well, we were reminiscing about you helping Wendy with a bill.
With an ordinance in Cloquet about the humane pet store bill. That was years ago.
Yeah.
And I just always want to thank you for doing that. It was really meant a lot and it was very impactful.
Well, I appreciated the fact that you trusted me to come to me. I've been in rescue for over 30 years. Last night was National Night Out. I actually volunteered the night with one of our local rescues. So that's always going to be the type of subject that's near and dear to my heart.
That's wonderful. I love that, Sheila. And really, I wish you the best of luck with your campaign. And I think that you would just be a fantastic mayor for Cloquet.
That's awesome.
Oh, Miigwech, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How can people find out more information and support you? Act Blue and all those things. Can you let our listening audience know?
Yeah, if you're on Facebook, you can simply go to Sheila Lamb or Cloquet, and that's CLOQUET, Mayor. You can get to know what I'm about. We're getting ready to have a donation link come up because it's rather daunting. Our population is over 12,000, so that's a lot of palm cards and signs and so forth that go out. Anyone is welcome to contact me through that Facebook page if you have any questions at all. I know I have a city council member in Plymouth that she and I will even share ideas and thoughts about how we can make our individual cities better. The other option would be you can send me an email at nwdrproud@gmail.com.
Absolutely. So what are some of the things that are happening up there that really need your attention and that you're really running on? Because we know you as a doer, Wendy and I, and of course our audience that's been listening to us over the years.
Well, there's several things, but the very first thing, and it's the same stance I took 8 years ago as a city council candidate, is allowing Cloquet to be a city, or creating, I should say, a city that our future generations can thrive and prosper in and remain in. Cloquet and Fond du Lac are generational areas. And, we had up to 4 generations of families here. And we need to be able to have affordable housing, more things for families to do, that type of thing. That's number one on my list. Our children and grandchildren have to have a place they can thrive in. Yeah. Secondly, affordable housing and dealing with blighted housing. As you know, even in the cities, there's housing shortages all over Minnesota.
Right.
But if we don't make them affordable and accessible, it doesn't matter how many you build.
Right.
You need to have those options. Our elders often want to sell larger homes and go into single level homes. We don't have a lot. So working with county commissioners, our Economic Development Association and so forth to try to address those needs, get rid of these empty blighted houses that maybe have been sitting for 10, 20 years. And let's get homes in there so that people can stay within their community. Staying nonpartisan, which is also huge because in today's political climate, especially when city councils and county commissioners had always been nonpartisan. And Robert, you remember this back, I'm sure, both of you from 8 years ago, where we had seen the opposite happening with the county.
Yeah.
And thankfully that's turned back around. But I've also seen it within the city. And the only way you can address the needs of all people is to look at the entire city of a whole, which also encompasses the reservation. It also encompasses our aging population. One of my neighbors is a 94-year-old woman. we need to have considerations for those people that have those needs and address them. Because why should you be forced out of your home just because of your age?
Exactly.
That shouldn't be the norm. That, oh, well, you just go to a nursing home. Definitely more activities for our families. And being a unifier. I want to unify this city, go a bit old school, where we had block parties.
Yeah.
Where we knew our neighbors, where we communicated and smiled and waved and cared if something happened to each other. And I've been working hard on that. And I think as mayor, with the different entities that I've developed relationships with from the county on, I think we can make that happen. And it's going to take all of us, but an idea starts with one, and that's how things grow.
Wow. Sheila, I know you're knocking on doors right now, and we got like less than 30 seconds. Give us the information on your Facebook and your email again.
Sheila Lamb for Cloquet Mayor, and it is nwdrproud@gmail.com. Please get out and vote. Your voice does matter.
Thank you so much, Sheila, for being on. Really good talking to you, and we got to do this more often, and we're going to check in again. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you both. Everyone have a great evening.
That was Sheila Lamb running for mayor at Cloquet. Just a doer out there. Really appreciate her. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. Up next, Ruth Buffalo with an update of what's going on at Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center here in the Twin Cities.
Stay with us.
Oh, Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovated Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Culture prevents so many negative things from happening to us as individuals and as communities.
Strong roots begin with a healthy heart. For Indigenous women, heart health is part of caring for community, culture, and future generations. Even small steps can help protect what matters most. Discover ways to support your heart at hennepincounty.gov/hearts-beats, because your heart beats for generations.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Unwanted sexting or photos, inappropriate jokes, even tickling or wrestling can feel like a violation. Catcalling, cornering, or groping, getting them drunk or high for sex, recording sexual acts without permission, hurting someone because of their sexual orientation, raping a family member, a child, a date, a friend, a stranger, purchasing a human being for sex. You make the choice every single time. Sexual violence is many things. Make a choice. Do not do it.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Programming is supported in part by Health Partners. If you're age 65 plus and qualify for medical assistance, you may also qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. This all-in-one plan bundles Medicare, medical assistance, prescription drug coverage, and dental coverage into one simple $0 premium plan that also includes $0 medical copays. In addition to saving money, you can get lots of extra benefits and perks, like a dedicated care coordinator, up to $400 each year in rewards for preventative screenings, transportation, a fitness club membership, and more. This can help you live safely and healthy and independently. If you're a senior on a budget, transportation assistance can be huge. Plus, who couldn't use an extra $400 these days? Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
August means the beginning of football season, and Popcorn in Minnetonka has you ready to go with their flavor of the month, beer cheese pretzel popcorn. It's Popcorn's delicious cheesy popcorn made with real cheese, salty good pretzel pieces, all covered in a beer cheese seasoning. The perfect snack for your pro and college preseason ramp-up. And get your popcorn in a tin featuring sports and military logos in either 1 or 3 gallon sizes. Visit Popcorn Store in Minnetonka or order online to ship their amazing popcorn across the USA. Go to popcorn.com. That's popcorn.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 61, then Thursday, sunshine with a high of 84. Summer is here, so have a night to remember with dinner and a show at Crooner's Supper Club. Crooner's is located in Fridley on Highway 65, just north of I-694. Check out their concert schedules and dinner menus at croonersmn.com.
AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and we're excited to have our friend Ruth Buffalo on here, CEO of Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center, and always such a pleasure to have you on and get updates on what's going on with this great organization. Thank you so much, Ruth, for coming on.
Yes. Hi, Rosha and Madzagads. Thanks for having MIWRC on.
Right on. Hey, tell us, give us some updates here. What's happening? I know you're right in the middle of, helping our community that really needs help there in Minneapolis. So I just want to give you your flowers and a shout out to Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center. So a lot going on. That's fill us in.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. We are now in the month of August, and let's see, today's Wednesday. So we just had our monthly Oshki Gakia tenant meeting. We meet monthly. The tenants have a wellness incentive program that they're a part of, and we're encouraging tenants to go to as much wellness activities as possible, including Wellbriety and AA/NA meetings in the community, and we'll provide transportation. We also have a Wellbriety meeting held on site every other Friday. It switches every Friday with the Native Survivors Empowerment Group. We have Tuesday Resource Connect. Every week, service providers come on site. We provide breakfast and lunch, and that's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have strengthened our partnership with Involve Minnesota. They had delivered meals to the Emergency Warming Center 2 years ago, and so now we are strengthening that partnership through expanding lunch. And so we will be starting to offer lunch tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. It'll be delivered at 11 a.m. each day. And we will get to the point where we'll be serving. It's home cooked meals, and right now it's individually packaged, but so that's something that's kind of new. We have a moccasin making class right now. It's the second session. Yeah, it's the second session of the entire, throughout the summer. Very popular. And so this session is we're on the third day of the second class being offered this summer. Pretty popular, and we're really thankful for our community collaborations for sure.
That's awesome. And I know by visiting with you down there, there's so many great things, and moccasins. I know you did ledger art and all these things that are really put community together and feel like community. So it's just, I smile when I hear moccasins, and I'm thinking, hey, I got a size 11. No, it's just.
Yeah, and I believe they're woodland style, so it's pretty cool to have all the different styles come through. They haven't yet, nobody has requested high top moccasins yet, so I'm not volunteering. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
You'll have to get a pair when you play basketball, Ruth Anna.
Yeah, I mean, I learned how to I learned how to make high top moccasins when I was at United Tribes Technical College, but it's been a while.
That's very cool. What before I forget, I want people to know how they can find out more information and how they can support Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center.
Sure. Our website is MIWRC.org. And then we have our social media pages. Facebook is all in caps or capital letters, MIWRC. And then Instagram is MPLS, MIWRC.
Very cool. So I hate to say this, but the summer seems like it's winding down here. What else is happening in the future of Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of things cooking, potentially more programming and services being offered. We're thankful to have a pretty good partnership with Metro State interns. I think we're on our third cohort right now. They're bachelors of social work students. We have an IPTF youth intern right now. We are going to be launching a community wellness program, have a lot of different projects that will fall underneath that community wellness umbrella. Prevention, like tobacco cessation, healthy brain health, a whole bunch of other things that are like dental, just the all-encompassing. We still have Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Healing through cultural crafting, and then every other Monday culture night, and then sweat lodge ceremony is once a month, usually towards the end of the month, and then various independent entities host meetings here in the gym or the community room. There was just a ceremony held there over the weekend. Wakes and funerals are held here too. But yeah, we have some new programming and more services on the way. Just working out the kinks right now.
I just have to say, Wendy, that's an amazing list.
Yeah, it really is. It's everything. It's like your body, your mental health. Yeah, it's everything.
Wow.
Do you get a good turnout, Ruth, for these services that you provide? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we were also, I'm looking out the window here and you can see the playground, and it's kind of outdated, and we were gonna remove it and donate it to maybe rural tribal community or urban tribal community, but one of the projects in the works is focusing on families, so we're going to keep it. But we may, get it upgraded. We're like, well, maybe if we get rid of it, we can turn it into a big outdoor basketball court or something. But it's going to stay, so we'll have to wait on the basketball court, but maybe the roof. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we get good turnout for sure. We have seasonal feasts and giveaways. Because of Metro Surge, we still have a donation room, room 118. So we're also a donation resource hub, and it's still continuing. Lots of non-perishable items, feminine products, Pampers, but our clothing supply is low. So if anybody would like to donate barely used clothing, we'll take it. We have a lot of people who, are still in need, and yeah, we serve everyone, families, children, individuals in the entire community. So.
Wow.
Well, I was like hoping that I would lose weight so I could fit into those jeans. Maybe I should.
He's saving his jeans in case,
for a miracle.
But maybe I'll sneak into the closet and get up a box to bring over with Robert's skinny jeans and
bell bottoms. came in.
Believe me, I have
haven't
stuff in my closet too. I just say the same.
Yeah. Well, bell bottoms are back, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they come and go. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they always, yeah.
Yeah, depends on your look. So yeah, again, just amazing work that Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center does, and it's just great. Give a shout out to our daughter Jaleesa working with you. That's so cool. And she has nothing but flowers to give with the great work that you do specifically, but of course the organization.
If people have donations, Ruth, can they just come down and drop them off? Is there a great?
Yes. Yep. Come to the front desk. Well, the front North Main entrance is like a kind of like a security checkpoint too. So you can check in with security first, and then come in and fill out an in-kind donation form. But we have some regulars that we're really thankful for who continue to donate on a regular basis. Clothing drop-offs and various items. So we're super thankful, and especially for the ongoing support. But yes, just stop by.
It's fantastic to know.
That is fantastic. And then our producer just put up here too, Minnesota Indian Resource Center, 2300 15th Avenue South, Minneapolis, and 612-728-2000. Great job, Nisco, for putting that up. Oh, there was silence there for a second. So any last words, Ruth Anna?
No, we try to keep our website up to date and our socials, but yeah, a lot of us wear multiple hats, so appreciate everybody's patience, when we try to get back to everybody. Housing rental assistance is still in full effect, and Corey's very busy, and the Metro State interns are going to be helping a lot more with answering phone calls for him and getting appointments booked. But yeah, we definitely operate as a team and a collective, and definitely lean on our community partners as well.
Well, I just want to say a big peeny for having you come on and speaking of what's happening and how much you support, and Minnesota Indian Women's Resource Center it supports the community. It's just an amazing organization. It's been around over 40 years, and I just want to say a big peeny for you coming on, Ruth, as always.
No problem. Thanks for having us. It's good to see you both.
Right on.
Good to see you, Ruth.
Wow, they're just amazing. Again, Ruth Anna Buffalo, Wendy, she's been coming on for years.
Yeah, and you know what? The community is so lucky to have such a great organization that has so many resources in so many different aspects. I mean, you could go to the dentist, get dental work. You could get a ride to your AA or NA meeting.
Hey, now.
You could, go into the food shelf and get some non-perishable food, and donate getting clothes. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Well, Wendy, you got a guest coming up here in less than a minute.
I'm really excited.
Or we're breaking in less than a minute, I should say.
We're going to break in a minute. We're going to have my Minnesota State Director for Humane World for Animals, formerly known as the Humane Society of the United States, Aaron Zellhoefer. And we're going to be talking about a really important, dangerous legislation that's coming up tomorrow in the vote. It's called Save Our Bacon Act, and Aaron's going to tell us all about it.
Right on. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and we'll be right back after this short break. Please
stay with us.
Oh, stay with ho.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
If the statistics say that 1 in 3 Native women and 1 in 6 Native men have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, it means our whole community is affected by sexual violence. 1 is too many. Don't stand by, stand up. Don't engage in acts of sexual violence, and shut down the dirty jokes, the gossip, the victim blaming and shaming. As a community, we can change the way we respond. Contact the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition to attend a workshop to learn more.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
Maintaining our health, particularly our heart health, is very important to us as a family.
Your heart gives you time with family, time with community, time to pass down what matters. Protecting your heart helps keep those moments alive. A visit with a healthcare provider can be one step toward a healthier future. Learn more at hennepincounty.gov/hearts-beats. Your heart health is essential because your heart beats for generations.
Hi, it's Dr. Evan Adams, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio. Hey, Victor, you better be listening.
In this portion of the show, we'd like to bring awareness to our wolf and bear populations throughout Turtle Island. Say no to the hunts.
Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio. Take it away, Wen.
Hey, I'm so excited. I have my Minnesota State Director for Humane World for Animals here with me. His name is Aaron Zellhoefer, and we're going to be talking about dangerous legislation, Save Our Bacon Act. And Aaron, I just want you are the expert. I want you to tell everyone what this bill is, what it can do, and what people can do to help. Thank you.
Hey,
by the way, I really appreciate it on such short notice.
well, thank you so much, Robert, and thank you so much, Wendy. I really appreciate you having me on today. This is a really critical day with this piece of legislation. This will be coming up for a vote tomorrow in the Senate Agricultural Committee, and I'll get to that in a second. But I'll just talk a little bit more at first just about what this legislation really is about, and more importantly, what it would overrule if it was to move forward. I'm sure everybody has heard about Proposition 12 or Question 3 in Massachusetts, but if you hadn't, I'll explain what that is in a second. Both the voters in both Massachusetts and in California really were able to vote on a question of should animals that are raised in agricultural settings, particularly farmed animals, be exposed to extreme confinements. And both the voters in California and Massachusetts said, we don't want any animal raised in our state to come from extreme confinement. And more importantly, California said, not only do we want this for our state, we want any product that is sold into our state not to come from these measures of extreme animal confinement. And not only did the voters uphold this then ballot initiative that turned into law, this was challenged and brought to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld the will of the voters on this issue. So tomorrow, this has been a long road with all of this. Unfortunately, on the House side of things, the House Farm Bill included language that includes the Save Our Bacon Act, which would override what California and Massachusetts has done. Not only California and Massachusetts, but there's been 15 states around the country that have some sort of farm animal protection written into its laws. So tomorrow, what we are hearing at the Capitol is that they will be voting on this at the markup at the Senate Agricultural Committee. We believe that Joni Ernst is going to introduce an amendment. We don't know what the amendment is going to say, but we are pretty sure that this is going to deal with Save Our Bacon, and what she does tomorrow is kind of anybody's guess at this point. But what we have been asking people to do is to contact their senators. Yes, it's important here in Minnesota. Senator Klobuchar and Senator Smith both sit on the Agricultural Committee, but also there is senators throughout the country that sit on this committee. There is 21 senators on this committee, and if you have not contacted them, please contact them on this issue. We can't go back to a time when extreme confinement is the law of the land for farmed animals. And let me just say a little bit more about what that looks like. This allows chickens raised for eggs to stand up, turn around, spread their wings. This allows for pigs that are raised to not be confined to gestation crates. It allows them to stand up, move around, and more importantly, not eat and poop all in the same location. So that is what is at stake tomorrow. There's a couple other things that I'll just want to briefly address as well. This is a significant matter for state rights. Here in Minnesota, there's about 30 laws that we have done that are very wonderful laws that says if we have a product coming into our state from out of state, this precedent with Save Our Bacon would really put that at risk. And I'll give you one small example of that. If you're a geek like myself and have really looked into Minnesota laws, you will know that Minnesota statute 17.4986 deals with how fish are sold in Minnesota. So any fish that are sold out of state that is coming into state in the state of Minnesota has to be tested for toxins and making sure that the fish is safe for consumption. Now, if we allow this Save Our Bacon Act where it's, overriding what the state is asking to be done for a product coming into the state, that is also at risk. One other thing that is at risk is small family farmers. There are several small family farmers, some of whom I've spoken with here in Minnesota, that have done the right thing and said, we don't want to raise our animals in extreme confinement. They have created a market where they are successfully selling to states like California and Massachusetts. Now, if Big Ag, who really does not like this, gets their way with us, that would hurt these small Minnesota family farmers that are doing the right thing in this situation.
I really appreciate you coming on and explaining all this. For me myself, if I ate animals, I would not want them to come from extreme confinement. I think that that's just so inhumane. So everybody, please call your senators and ask them to oppose the Save Your Bacon Act or any wording that will take away these protections to these animals.
Very well said. Yeah, and I think the thing about that, Wendy, is what you said is, this is really a consortium, a coalition of a lot of people on, all over the spectrum when it comes to animal welfare, from people like yourself, who is an advocate, who works, who's a policy volunteer with Humane World for animals, to people in the business of this. We all see extreme confinement as a very bad thing for farm animals. That it's really not there. It's something that we have learned is the Senate Ag Chair Bozeman. He's indicated to reporters that there simply aren't any Democrats willing to support Save Our Bacon Act, which is an amazing thing to think of how far, farm animal protection has come in the recent years. One of the latest statistics that I saw was from USDA, and it said that roughly 44% of the chickens that are being raised in this country do not come from battery cages. That is a huge win for the direction of farm animal protection, and it would be horrible to just see a huge setback on all of this.
It really would be a very bad setback. It really would. So yes, I've made my calls to Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith. Also emailed them, and I talked to their legislative assistants today. Of course, they couldn't give me any information on how they're going to vote, but they did say that they're getting a lot of phone calls where people are asking the constituents are calling and saying, please oppose this dangerous legislation. So I was glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's good. I know I've been making lots of phone calls today. I was fortunate enough to join our partners and allies at Compassionate Action for Animals. We went through a list of our supporters. They went through a list of their supporters. We called folks and asked them, and we connected them right away to their senators. Sometimes the legislative aides picked up the phone. Sometimes they went straight to the voicemail. We know people are calling. Thank you. Keep those calls up. And one other ask is depending on what happens tomorrow, we don't know what will be the final outcome. This is not the end of everything tomorrow. We do know that the House has their version, the Senate has their version. Those two versions right now look different. This House version contains Save Our Bacon Act. The Senate version, as of right now, does not contain Save Our Bacon Act. So regardless of what happens tomorrow, keep letting your representatives and your U.S. senators know that you oppose the Save Our Bacon Act being included in the Farm Bill, and keep the pressure on. And thank you for everybody that has already made phone calls on this issue.
Thank you so much, Aaron. I really appreciate this.
Hey, you've been listening to Native Roots Radio, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you. Great show, Wendy.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll be back tomorrow.
Heart health is more than just the physical